Hello, everybody, and welcome to another one of my streams. And today, your host Crowns, will be broadcasting live to you the PUBG Mobile Somalia Smash Battle. Kind of glad to be on this one, as I've not streamed for PUBG Mobile Somalia before, so I'm quite excited to be on this one. And I know I might not sound like it, but it's just because I've had a busy week, and trust me, by the time the game starts, I'm pretty sure my energy would rile up back to the roof. But that being said, how are you doing today? What's going on? How is things going on for you? Let me know in the chat, and we could start from there. Who are you also here to support? I see a couple of teams that I recognize, and I see many teams that I do not recognize. So I'm looking forward to casting these teams and seeing what these teams have got for us. But without further ado, Shade Adu, Hula Balu, Anoiti Toiti, we're not going to be getting into the game. Instead, I'm going to be showing you the participating teams and the leaderboard of Group C. I believe there are different groups. This is the group stages, and this is Group C that will be playing their games today. They have 4 games to play, and we'll be seeing how well they can hold on to their end. It does look like PUBG Africa will be on the leading side of things, where we see them holding up in first position with 56 points up on board. 41 of those 56 points coming all the way from elimination points. Love to see that one from PUBG Africa. Pretty much a team that I'm familiar with. We've actually seen them play well in previous tournaments, so seeing them on the top here, not too surprised. I'm kind of happy, and I hope they can continue with this prowess to keep it on to the next stage of the tournament. 18th Esports coming in second with 39 points, 27 all the way from eliminations. No chicken dinners to their name, and they're holding up quite comfortably in second position. Love to see that one. Following just closely behind is Kdk Pain. Now that's one too many pains in one lobby, but we'll take it. As we see Pain holding up with Kdk Pain actually holding up with 38 points up on board. Down in fourth, we have Revolution Squad with 33 points. Eno Esports in 30 points on 5th position. 355 Clan, a team that I'm also familiar with, finishing out there in 6th position going into the day in 6th position. We've got Next Win, Excute Africa, Yakoza Esports, Tokyo Revengers, Team CR7 currently in 11th. That's quite ironic. And we'll see if they're able to make it into that top 7 position just because they're Team CR7. The Evil Clan, Battle Victory, wow. June 2016, One Nation, Tactical Response Team, Kdk Esports, Lord Esports, and Nortenos Gaming. And out of all of these teams, I only recognize quite the few. And Nortenos, Kdk Esports, these are also 2 teams that I know. And seeing them on the bottom of the leaderboard here is not too nice coming through from me, but ultimately we pretty much know some of these teams that we're already going to be keeping our eye out for. The side of Frenzy Sports, Kdk Pain, Revolution Squad, Eno Esports, 355 Clan, Next Win, Excute, and Yakoza. I think okay, I think those will be the teams that I'll be keeping my eye out for. And without further ado, we'll be getting into the next match into the first game of today. It's going to be none other but your bread and butter. It's going to be none other but Erangel. Once again, let me know who you're here for in the chat. Let me know who you're here to support. So you spam some of those heart emojis in the chat, and I'll be glad to read out the chats once I see you in the chat. And plus, you get a free shout out at the end of the stream, so be sure to show some love. But anyways, get into it. We do see that playing path already coming through. I'm so used to having different multiple screens that I'm currently looking at my other screen waiting for a map feed. But anyway, we have our map just out there on top of the screen where we see the side. Okay, you guys can hear the game sounds, I believe, but I cannot hear the game sounds, so I'm just gonna do my regular trick so I will be able to hear the game sounds. Let me know how you're feeling going into this one, as we do see that zone happens to be one of those western-based western-based circles. We're seeing how these teams will be maneuvering their way. It does look like a little bit of a scanty lobby with 55 players only. Like CR7 squad already finding themselves a couple of knocks up there on that northern side of Gatkas. They're out here with one, and this is where it starts to become troublesome for me, because I'm not too familiar. I work actually with One Nation. One Nation not looking to be the best, or not to be the best of shapes, as their weapon, their armory not looking like the best right now. Look like our Chuchu's looking for something. Not too many teams in the lobby. Yeah, we're seeing quite the hot drop going on here. I mean, out there in Lipovka, we have pretty much another set of teams going up against themselves. This time we've got the side there of TEC, and I believe that will be none other but the Evil Clan going up against the side there of NW, and that'll be next to win. So we're looking forward to seeing who is going to win that fight. We do have the side there of Excute Africa also going up in their own engagement. It does look like the side there of One Nation down to just the one player in Butcher, who does look to be looking for a little bit of a redemption for themselves, as they're good for one players there from CR7, but the side there of CR7 proving that they're the GOATs, as they're able to get themselves 4 eliminations and claim Gatka for themselves. Out there on the other side of the quarry, we do have the side there of Revolution Africa, I believe, or Revolution Squad, looking to be quite close to the players there from Eno Esports. Eno Esports already down by 1 player, as their Dragon does find himself down on the floor with Itachi and Flo. Looking like they might be coming through to play a little bit of cavalry to try to help their teammate out here a bit, but they will be coming in crashing and looking to be grabbing that revive onto their teammates. While they do that, it does look like that fight is not getting started anytime soon. So we will be heading all the way towards Lipovka, where we continue to see the Evil Clan hopefully on the verge of doing evil things up against the side of Next Win. Next Win already did find himself 1 knock, but looks like that revive will be coming in through from the side of Next Win, so they'll be holding up quite well for the time being. Lipovka does look to be a little bit of a stalemate. An interesting angle coming through from Dybala here, as he does stand up, make that pick to get down the knock onto Renzo. X-Men currently holding up as a 3-man squad, as they're quite doing in the work. Now that first knock has been found, and it does look like the push is going to be coming in through. DBS in the hands of Dybala. Going to take a little bit of tick damage from the side there of the Evil Clan, as grenades now being prepped by the side of Dybala, launching it down to the outside of the fence. It's a good one, but not on the right side of the fence, as he's not quite able to find the knock. Oh, from the side, they look for the shots. DBS in their hands, finds one, Dybala. But Dybala would fall, and indeed will get thirsted, as don't worry, has quite the reason to be worried right now. Down and thirsted. So you see Darkness looking to pull through. 3x on the M4, maybe not the best of choices. My phone cooler has decided that today is the day that it's not going to work well. Isn't that wonderful, guys? Yeah, that's definitely what I've wanted. But anyway, we're not going to let that one slow us down as we continue to wait for this push. It does look like Darkness is finding themselves the shots, as it does open that 3x scope. I did say it wasn't the best of choices, and indeed he will figure that out in the hard manner, as the side there of the Evil Clan able to get themselves 3 eliminations actually from that hot drop. Unfortunately, would lose 1 player, but I believe that is a small price to pay for salvation for the side there of the Evil Clan. They get the whole of Lipovka to themselves, and I'm pretty sure they'll be happy about that one. Down there in South Jojopo is where we have this idea of Excute, I believe, Excute Africa, looking to hold themselves quite 2 eliminations actually to their name. You love to see that one coming in through from Cruz. Does look to be looking for the rest of the side there of ooh, wow, talk about a boost. For the side there of DOM, what team is that? Well, we figured out that one in a minute, as it does look like Don find himself in a whole lot of trouble here. That is team 6. I believe that's going to be Yakoza Esports. That's not fun, Yakoza. Why you Yakoza and your insignia is not even close to Yakoza? That's not fair. But anyway, it does look like Abdul wants to wait things out, and the same thing can be said about Lishto Sama. And hopefully Lisht here has that power or has that speed of the light. I'll be able to get themselves the squad wipe here. It's a 2v4. So not the best of positions to find themselves, but shotguns in their hand, and they're looking to hold this compound quite dearly. The side of Excute, they really want the whole wipe, as you can already see them starting to make the move. Pre-fires coming in through as they may have heard something. DBS also doing a little bit of shots as Lish now lets them know what he's got in the mag. He would be able to find one player but not the next, as the DBS does come through quite strong. One player left for the side there of Dom. I'll make that Yakoza, and it's going to be Abdul, who has already been exposed right here as the ex-wife. The wife already looking to bait them out, waiting and trying to launch up those grenades. Quite the number of grenades now being used for the one player as they continue to spam those grenades upstairs. Abdul would succumb to damage from one of those grenades, as it does look like tetanus pushing up the stairs. The pre-fire is coming in through with the Uzi, but it's going to be Cruz to find the full 4-piece onto the side there of Yakoza. Engulfed by the blue zone, but they will be fine. But anyway, we do have the side there of TRT. I believe that's none other but Tactical Response Team. Fueling up, just trying to make the exit out there of Yasnaya Poliana. It does look like a Galmudog. Wow. Galmudog, the MVP, he does happen to be taking quite the damage from the team out there in Yasnaya, which is June 2016. And I personally don't like that, you know. I was in there with Yasnaya with you all day. You didn't shoot at me, but it's when I want to leave. That's when you know you can take the shots. Kind of gets frustrating if you ask me. But hey, what do I know? Anyway, I do see 14 people in the chat. So be sure to you know, express your feelings. Yeah, because I really can't see anybody in the chat for the time being, you know. I would really enjoy it if I see you guys talking in that chat. But anyway, as I said, the side of Tactical Response Team do look to be looking for their way out of there. Galgamod, I don't think there was anything wrong with that. I don't think there was anything wrong with that. Oh, there was something wrong. They did pop his back tire, and that is not fun times. We do see that zone centering up once more. Not quite definite as to where it's going. It does look a little bit more onto that western side of things. There, Esports looking to have quite the position out there in Watertown. I think that's where they landed. So they're just looking for their exit now. As we do see Paid Africa holding quite the split out there in the center of the circle, or at least close to the center. Where we do see Yash out there on Potato Hill, making his way out. Quite the smart move. You don't want to find yourself lurking. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, drop that like if you've not, and be sure to share that stream. And you know, as I always say, stay active in that chat. I think I may have just touched the cord here on my phone, and we need to get that sorted out. Rah! No, not today. Alright, let's just watch Yash while he rotates, and let's try to fix up my creaky breaking sounds. Oops. I've forgotten how I fixed it the other day though, but hey, hopefully I figure it out. It does look like Pain Africa would have found themselves a little bit of a prey in the side there of a Tactical Response Team. They've been spotted out there in those compounds just on the outskirts. It does look like Ammo wants a little bit of that trouble, as it does send it quite close. Oh man, I guess that's something else new that I'm gonna need again. I really don't like when I need to get new things for my stream. But anyway, the intro knock has been found there, so I'm gonna bring that one through regardless of how it sounds right now. And it does look like the full send is coming in through from the side of Pain Africa. Grenades already being prepped there by the side there of Ammo. As they start to send it upstairs, more grenades landing, and that is a beautiful one to get the re-knock onto Galgamod. Or Galmod. More grenades being sent now by Oscar, and it does look like CR7 find himself in another fight as Karif does go down. Does look like Oscar outside the building, hoping to hold his end, but would fall. As Pain Africa coming through, showing us why they're on top of the lobby. Shots coming in through from Fan Pro. But Fan Pro not quite able to find any, as he does get one knock, but not enough to get themselves that thirst. We did see Excute finding themselves a little bit of shots, but it looks like they're done with that fight. And I'm gonna try to figure out what is wrong with my sounds here. I think we're back to normal. Yes, I'm not going to touch my dongle again. Anyway, it does look like more trouble is looming out there on the northern side of things, as June 26 team looking to hold on to Yasnaya for the time being. I wouldn't really suggest that, especially given the zone is already making its progression. They're out there as a full squad and they're only out there in Yasnaya. It's not quite fun. And then taking shots towards rotating teams, maybe not the best of options too. Because, you know, the options aren't that the options are limited. You know, they're not getting as much information as they would have wanted to. But anyway, a team that we've not really taken a look at is 18th Esports. They happen to be team on the second. They happen to be the team sitting down on the second position on that leaderboard. Does look like the side of Pain Africa might have a little bit of an idea as to where they are, but not quite moving any close. 355 clan. Now I see why they're not up as well, up to where I would have expected them to be. Currently in the lobby with only 2 players. It's going to be Tiny and Supremacy. Looking to anticipate that entrance coming in through from the side of the Evil clan, as Renzo looks to be driving his buggy quite carelessly. The shots coming through, and indeed he will get spotted there, taken out of that vehicle with immediate alacrity. Inside of the Evil clan, we know how defensive they can get, as we did see them get so defensive out there in Lipovka. Right now 355 clan already doing in the damage. Anyway, pulling up to the side of CR7, already up to 8 eliminations, and we did question them, would they be able to make it up towards the top of the leaderboards going into today's games? And it does look like yes might be their answer, as already up by 8 eliminations. They're currently pushing the side of their esports, looking to be on that onside, as the GOAT X7 has happened to find himself doing so well. 5 eliminations to that man alone. Definitely doing the heavy carrying right now. And I think this is just a team of people who really like Ronaldo, because they've got GOAT Chris and, you know, Ronaldo 7. They've all got 7s in their names. That is what you call fandom. Imagine Ronaldo moves to another team, you know, leaves from his current Saudi Arabian team and then goes to another team and then decides not to wear the number 7. It's going to be a little bit of a letdown to the rest of the team, you know. But anyway, I don't think there is a team Ronaldo would go to at this point in time that is not going to award him with that number 7 jersey. But anyway, 10 teams alive, 34 players still breathing. We're waiting for that next circle to shift. Kind of dictates where things will go on. It does look like a whole lot of teams out there on that western edge. Not too surprised, we do have the school area in that position. It does look like Pain Africa will be doing so much scouting. And they've been driving around for quite a while. The zone does center up to no man's land, basically. Yasnaya not completely cut out. There's still a little bit of the apartments currently in that zone. But ultimately, the teams in apartments, maybe staying in the apartment, might not be the best of options. Henry says, as a Nigerian esports player, he's not finding any of the Nigerian teams doing well at the moment. To be honest, I kind of back you up on that one. The Nigerian teams that are currently in this lobby, we've not really seen them do the best. But hey, you know who's doing better? It's the side there of Pain Africa, as they go up against the side there of Revolution Africa. Future does look to be a little bit confused there. One too many vehicles moving around, but they're doing quite okay as they're able to initiate the trade. But the shots coming in from behind is from Yash, who's found himself that off angle. Frenzy now currently holding up in the position. It's not too fun right now, having to use quite the number of smokes now, holding up against that squad there of Pain Africa. But the third party really imminent and coming in through from the side of Frenzy Esports. And this is definitely not nice, really, having yourself being caught in between the top 1 team and the second team, or number 1 and number 2 on the leaderboard. Definitely not the most comfortable of positions. And the side there of Revolution Africa, they did look strong in that fight for quite a while, but that off angle coming in through from Yash was something else. As Spain Africa continue their driving around, looking for the rest of the teams. Hamzi does hear them. At least he hears ammo there. Just send him a little bit of a warning grenade as the side of Pain Africa continue to rain theirs back. Yash also looking to form up as stick damage is currently being done. A lot of grenades being used. One would find a little bit of damage up onto Hamzi. And Pawny just driving around. Side of Frenzy Esports making it quite the inconvenience for the side of Pain Africa. As, more smokes keep coming out from Revo. Pawny deciding not to have it any longer as the rest of Pain Africa would form upon him. Looking to push up. Molotov cocktails being thrown out by Hamzi, but not in the right position as Pawny looking for the shots. Coming in from the side, and he finds the thirst. 7 eliminations up to their name, and really what will be very, very crazy and interesting to see is if the side of Pain Africa just decide to go, you know what, flip it and go send it crashing onto the side of Frenzy Esports, take them out the old-fashioned way, the way we do it in classic games. That would be wonderful to see, as they have caused quite the number of trouble onto the side of Pain Africa, onto that push, doing quite the number, and I really hope to see them go for that push like I want them to. 9 teams left, 31 players. I was talking about the Nigerian teams not doing too well. At least the Nigerian teams in Group C, I would say, are the ones that aren't doing too well. I mean, I do recognize Kdk Esports and the side of Nortenos, and it does look like both teams not quite doing well. Kdk Esports still alive, Nortenos not even making a show up at all. And it does look like Kdk Esports down to 3 players now. They did lose Gatiso in that fight against the Goats, which is CR7's, against the CR7 team. So right now, they're looking to play for the information right now, but given the way the lobby is structured, and given that not too many teams came into the lobby today, it kind of becomes troublesome and hard for you to try to get those eliminations, right? It starts becoming a little bit stressful. So the line between passiveness and playing conservative starts to become very, very faded and slim. You cannot really tell that difference. So ultimately, I wouldn't say they're playing passively. I would just say it's not the lobby is not just working in their favor. Although they did spend a lot of time in Watertown, made that rotation quite late, but it does run. And when you have the likes of Team CR7 and Pain Africa clearing and wiping almost every single team they come across, it becomes a little bit of a trouble. It looks like Venom trying to see if they can gather a little bit of information. Currently, it looks like Pain Africa is having a little too much fun with this. Still up as a full man squad, and right now they're just driving around the map. I promise you, they've been everywhere in that map right now, trying to bait out the picks coming through from the side of 355 clan, as Tiny has a little bit of his HP being chunked down. You can almost say Tiny of his HP did go out there. You get it? But anyway, Pain Africa, seeing as that zone has moved once again, Excute do find themselves in quite the strong position, holding up those buildings. It is quite the strong buildings, but ultimately, if a team is able to make it to the top of that hill that is just down to their south, it becomes a little bit of a trouble for the side of Excute, as defending against such high ground and such views in buildings that have so many windows becomes a little bit of a trouble. But anyway, this is quite the interesting fight to watch, as Pain Africa send it straight into the side there of CR7 team, and beautiful awareness coming in through from the side there of Goats. It does get out of that shack right in time. It does look like Yash Win would find themselves in the 1v2 situation just behind the fence, as jumps shots looking to be coming in through. One player would fall for the side of CR7 team as Venom finds the knock. Molotov being sent upstairs. The Goat forced to the staircase. Does look to be spotted by Pawny, and that will be the end of the line for the side there of CR7 team, as Pain Africa increased their elimination count to 9 eliminations. You love to see that one. Rotating by their side is just the side of 355 clan, who does seem to find himself in a little bit of an accident. Shots coming in through. Supremacy gets felled by the side there of Ammo, but whoa, it looks like Venom has found the off angle coming in from behind. Tiny finds the knock, but Pain Africa almost unstoppable right now. 11 eliminations to the name, and they are tearing the lobby apart. I'm pretty sure everyone is looking at that Q feed And all they're just seeing is pain, pain, pain. And this right now looks like the guys there from Pain Africa are unlocking that planetary devastation right now, as they continue to tear out teams from side to side. They still have all-wheel vehicles working. Frenzy do look to still be holding it up. They made it out of the school, but ultimately not to the best of positions, and you can already tell why. You already see the amount of shots that are coming towards them. This is one of those positions you do not want to hold as a full squad. And I think the side of Frenzy do realize it a little bit, as we see them have at least one player out there in that school area. They continue to look for those shots towards the side here from Eno Esports, who are currently chilling in that revive building, the revive station. The side of CR17 losing quite the players again to the blue zone, and here comes Pain Africa. And I wonder who is going to punish Pain Africa for what they're currently doing right here in the lobby, because ultimately this is not ideal play. They do look to have their eyesight onto the side of Execute's team. You can just tell that they are waiting for that intro knock. Tetanus has got the AWM in hand, but Ammo finds the knock first, as Tetanus not looking towards that position. And we do know Pain Africa, they found their intro knock, and they're looking to quite send it into the building, into the compound. Nobody's quite down yet from Pain Africa, as Macy comes in from the side. DBS in their hands is enough to stop Mizey, as they do continue. The ex-wife looking for some of the shots, but will fall. One player left is going to be Cruz, trying to hold it up in a 1v4 situation, or maybe 1v3 now that the players there from Pain Africa have found themselves one player down. But nades from downstairs is enough to take them out, and that will be yet another team suffering in the hands of Pain Africa. The lowest of the lobby currently shaking right now, because no one else is taking anyone else out except Pain Africa. Now this explains why they had 41 points coming through from eliminations only. Right now they are clearing the lobby, and I can't even imagine how it must feel being one of the teams in the lobby right now. You almost feel helpless, if I may say. But anyway, up on the western edge of the circle will be the side of Frenzy. They do look to be taking quite the shots from the side of Eno Esports, who I'm very surprised are taking shots right now. And I wouldn't expect that they would want to take that building there, being held by the side of Frenzy. Do look to just want to pop those vehicle tires, and Pain Africa do find themselves yet another knock onto the players who have been rotating gently in the game all day. It is not other but the side there of Lord Esports, and Lord Esports would need to cry to the Lord right now, because the side of Pain Africa are here to exert their pain. Yash not looking too excited, as he's got only one eliminations, and he keeps moving on. Finds one player, looks for the knock, but he would fall instead. The instant thirst follows suit, as the side of Pain Africa now, they lose one player, but not after getting 19 eliminations. And wow, they still continue going on and on. CR7 team still alive with 3. I thought they lost player, but it does look like they're still alive. Runover comes through. The GOAT finds one knock onto the side there of June 26 team, and Chris looking for more shots as the runover does come through. The double runover is there by the GOAT, and this is why he's the GOAT. That's why he's the GOAT. And we do see more shots coming in through, or more of the push coming in through. Rambo exposes himself out of the smoke, looks for the knock, food, find it. See, not quite making the move as Rambo finds the thirst, but the shots will come through. Rambo eventually falls, and Pablo happens to be the last one left on the squad. Out here on the north is the side of CR7 team doing the damage, and in every other part of the map it is Pain Africa just looking for players left, right, and center. It does look like Venom is finding himself a little bit of the LMG, and wow, it's the MG3 that is currently in that airdrop, so it's not fun times at all for every other person in the lobby. As the CR7 team, they've lost 2 players, but they have 10 eliminations to their name, and ultimately they are just bullying the lobby here from the other side. And I wonder, would CR7 team be the one to stop Pain Africa? But I wouldn't think so. They've already lost quite the number of players now, as their esports now look to make their rotation into the circle. They do look to just be going to the open grounds, and hopefully they've got enough smokes to work with. As June 2016 lose one more player. Three players left for the side of Eno Esports, and Pain Africa now begin to take the shot as There does look for the knocks. Will not be able to find any here just yet, as Azuri now centers up. We're beginning to see Pain Africa not play as confident as we've been seeing them before, at least for today or for this first game. They do look to be chilling. Grenades now being sent towards the side of Eno Esports as the CR7 teams. Looks to be quite close to them. And like I said, Eno Esports looking to play with just the smokes. And to be honest, I really wonder why the side of Frenzy have not pushed up. Currently going out to the blue zone out there on the edge. It's not working out too well for them. And we're beginning to see PUBG Africa now find the shots as Born. He looks for one. It's going to be Su currently down. The GOAT also does get spotted. And that'll be a GG well played. 21 eliminations for the side there of PUBG Africa. This is not nice. The whole lobby having to suffer for this one as Frenzy continue to find that knock onto the side of Eno Esports, but they might not need to look any more further. As PUBG Africa, they have crashed into the building. They're in the vicinity now. Grenades already being prepped, and Eno Esports might just suffer for their passiveness for today. As right now, those angles that they're currently holding might not play out well for them. We're down to the final 3 teams. And 2 of these last 3 teams have 0 eliminations. In Frenzy and the side there of Eno Esports. Dami currently watching that compound. Making sure that if there's one thing that does not happen on his watch, it is the side there of Frenzy Esports making it out of that compound. And Frenzy now already using the smokes to make a smoke path. It does look like Dami a little bit distracted as Pony does come in through. He finds the one knock onto the side there of Eno Esports. And if the side there of Eno Esports are aware of what team is pushing them, they will probably play well. It does look like PUBG Africa would be the ones finding the knock onto the Frenzy team as Goblin falls. Dami is still playing with a whole lot of smokes, but the side of PUBG Africa doing all the shooting, and I think we'll just pull over to them because Dami just keeps smoking up. And I don't understand the idea behind it. It's only a matter of time before Dami himself does get spotted. I think that vehicle has been seen as Eno Esports now take the shots. Dami falls, not quite able to do too much there. The last player left for his team as the Frenzy team continue to spam those smokes, working with those smokes, trying to see if they can find the knocks, but it's not going to be working out for them. The vehicle explosion would send them back to the lobby. 25 elims from the side there of PUBG Africa. They're looking for the last player in Stair, and there's only so much they can do as Stair does get spotted. And PUBG Africa 26 eliminations and the winner chicken dinner. Wow. They told the lobby no pain. This was Shibaku Tensei at its finest. 26 elims, 10 coming through from Venom, and you can tell that they're here to just oppress every other person. They're here to tell everybody in this lobby, you're playing too passively. I need you to step up and play less passively. That is exactly what they've done here, PUBG Africa, and I appreciate it, at least for the time being, because they're doing quite well. And I'll take it. One elimination coming through from Yash, and that also did affect them. You could tell that Yash was so focused on the fact that they had one elim when the whole team was already up by at least 3 eliminations, and that they sent it into that building all alone. Did get taken out, but fortunately actually, his team was there to send the rest of the teams back into the lobby. I'm going to stop gloating around. Eno Esports get themselves one elim onto the side of Frenzy, but they finish in 2nd position. Only 7 points to go alongside. 3rd position will be the side of Frenzy, as they finish with none. CL7, the only other team that quite did well in terms of eliminations, as they got 12 elims to their name. Every other person went out with 1, 2, 3 or 4 eliminations, and I don't even want to go to it. June 26th in 5th, the guys there from Lord Esports in 6th. 7th is going to be Excute Africa. 8th is 355. 9th is the Evil Clan. 10th is Revolution Africa. 11th, we have the side there of the tactical response team. We have the side there of Eno Africa or Eno Esports in 12th. 13th is going to be the side there of Yakoza. 14th is the side there of Next Win, and 15th would be the players there from One Nation. First game done and dusted, and I still have the same question. who is going to punish the side there of Pain Africa, because they cannot continue to run away like this. That was absolutely absurd the way they played that first game. Like, you don't play this game like that and not get punished. And I think every team needs to work on their attacking and defensive strategies, whereby they can hold up against the side there of Pain Africa. You know, sharpen your ones, win your twos. Also, you know, stay as a duo. You know, use those guns well. We saw a lot of people trying to whoop out that DBS, and I understand how that gun works. So you might want to sharpen up your skills, get a little bit better, because the most we saw from any team in this lobby was just the one team that took out one player from Pain Africa, and that was because that player pushed low, right? And from Pain Africa, we saw them always pushing together. They find that intro knock, they go for the full send, and they're all tearing apart all of these teams. But the rest of the teams are out here looking for knocks from like 75,000 meters out, which definitely did not work out well for them. But I'm going to stop rambling on and on and on and telling teams what they did not do right. I hope they've seen the way they played that game, and maybe they would come back and see the way Pain Africa has played this first game, and maybe get themselves a little bit of momentum and ginger to play the rest of the games. But anyway, 3 more games to go. We've seen 1 come through, and we're gonna have 3 more. I will be right back after this break to give you the rest of the Smash Battle, brought to you by PUBG Mobile Somalia. See you soon, guys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. It was a very long break because we're waiting for one or two players to make it into the lobby, and it gets painful when you wait for players to come into the lobby and they actually don't come into the lobby. It makes no sense, but whatever. We're not gonna complain about it. We're just gonna ride with it. But anyway, we're about to get into the next game of the day. It's gonna be none other but Myanmar, so do not go anywhere as we're gonna be getting into the game. You know what? Right now. Alrighty, Myanmar playing path, taking us all the way from the south of El Pozo down to the waters of Impala towards the Lost Islands. You do see it cutting down the map in the horizontal manner. Nothing too stressful. Does look like places like La Cabrera, a little bit out of reach, but you can dive it towards that crater fields, find yourself a couple vehicles and maybe start your rotations from there. El Pozo accessible, Valle de Mar a little bit far. Chumacera, you can get there. Los Leones, very accessible. Power Grid, San Martin, Hacienda, Picado, all accessible with Minas, Junkyard, the side of La Bendita, even though I wouldn't advise a La Bendita drop. Los Leones can accommodate more than one team, so that is also another place we're keeping an eye out for. Impala, really accessible. Puerto Paraiso, also accessible. You can land on those northern roads of Impala and find yourself a vehicle, make it all the way to El Azahar, get yourself a little bit of a confident loot before you start your rotation into the zone. Wonderful to see. Interesting to see no teams currently headed towards San Martin. We just see the side of Revolution team jumping off the plane, but I can't quite put a finger on where they're going, and all those places to drop. And we have 3 teams in Picado. This is the beginning of the downfall. This is the beginning of the end. It's Myanmar. Oh, I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna yell. I'm just gonna stay okay and be fine. Okay? Just calm. But anyway, 3 teams out here in Picado. I really do not see any one of the 3 teams making it out. They have currently center circle, so I don't expect them to leave anytime soon. 3 teams out there in Los Leones. And look at that. San Martin, totally empty, right? Impala, totally empty. Puerto Paraiso, totally empty. You know? Power Grid, empty. El Azahar, I said you could get there. Empty. You know. Minas Generales, empty. The Graveyard, empty. These are places that, you know, all of these other squads could have decided to go to. But they decided to hot drop themselves. And now that they've hot dropped themselves, it's a question of how do they want to get out. I think the only one I can permit is Los Leones. But it does look like the teams out there in Los Leones would be fighting with themselves real soon. We do see Yakoza out there on the north, 355 there in the center. Frenzy on the southern edge of Los Leones. On Chumacera, we have the side there of Kdk Esports looking quite comfortable. Out on the outskirts of Chumacera, we have the CR7 team. I wouldn't advise for split loot like this in Myanmar, but I guess this is a play for obstructing rotations and for gatekeeping for hot drops, and I would vibe with it provided they are able to proactively work on it, because from where Goat is currently at, he should hear a little bit of the shots if they start to fly out in Picado, and they can decide to go for that third party. If there were to be a fight in Chumacera, they will be able to play for the third party. June 26 gang having one of their players drown in the side of Rambo, unfortunately. Looks like they had a little bit of network palaver getting into this one. And as I said, Picado hot drop currently is working out for all of them. They're all in the circle. But the instance this circle moves away from Picado, it becomes a little bit of a problem. In fact, it becomes quite the problem for all of these teams, and they would not be able to, you know, to maneuver their way out of Picado, because the vehicle spawn in Picado is barely enough for 3 teams. You know, that is 1 monster truck. There's a buggy out there making that 2. Oh, there's actually a coupe. That's quite the number of car spawns. These guys are quite lucky, you know. That's a coupe making that 3 vehicles. There's usually 1 vehicle on this road. Oh, there it is. That's another coupe. That's 4. There's usually a bike or a vehicle in this intersection, this trifecta region here. So we'll go on ahead and check it. And it does look like we're not getting that vehicle spawn today. Yeah, so we have what, 4 vehicles. There's also one at the end of the road there, that's 5. And I believe I see another one on the end of the road there, that's 6. So yeah, actually, yeah, scratch that. These teams, if they're able to sign their treaties well, they might just be able to get themselves vehicles and get out of there, because look, that is one more extra vehicle there. But anyway, it does look like Galmod dog. This is gonna be quite stressful. Galmo dog looking to take a couple of shots, and look at that. This idea of tactical response team happen to find themselves more in trouble, as they're looking to be in the middle of these 2 teams that are looking to go up against themselves. Definitely not what they would want, not what they would like either. They're just holding up. Evil Clan also finding themselves here, and as you can see, every other person, you know, looking to just loot up. And I'm really surprised to see teams still getting looted up at this point. I would have expected the first rotations to start. And in case you're wondering, why is he just talking about, like, I'm not talking about the teams, I'm just letting them know things they can do to improve their gameplay, better their gameplay, and ultimately be a better team. So yeah, get those vehicles, start your rotations now. There's no point waiting around. It does look like Cell 17 want to play a little bit of gatekeepers onto the side there of Chumacera, maybe looking to just get more loot. Doesn't look like there's too many vehicles in the spawn around Chumacera there, at least not for CR7 and co. But anyway, still stalemate out there in Picado, and this is something that I expected coming through from Picado, is the fact that, of course, all of the teams are in the zone. Nobody's going to want to push anybody. Everybody's just going to stay in one place, not going to do anything till that zone moves. And this is the passive gameplay that you do not need. This is the type of gameplay that got everybody eliminated in that first game. So, you know, you don't want to stay in one place. You stay in one place, Spain Africa is able to look for you. They bait those shots out of you. You try to pick for the shots. You get taken out by one of their players on an angle. They full send you, and it's a GG, well played. That is the end for you. I already start to see Spain Africa looking for players all around the field. Currently scouting out that crater fields. It's going to be Venom. And I bet this man's hand is scratching him. He needs one of those elims to get himself going in this game. And it becomes so irritating because the Evil Clan, who finds themselves on the edge of Picado, you've looted up, you're not looking to take the fight. There is a vehicle spawn, more than one vehicle spawn available for you. This is one coop there. Get into the coop, or at least get 2 players in the coop. Seeing that nobody's pushing anybody, get 2 players in the coop, get that coop, get another vehicle. Get yourself vehicles at least for the rotation, and place it in places where the rest of the teams would not spot it. That is one play to do if I thought you're going to continue on this stalemate. But anyway, does look like some of the players there in Chumacera already overstepped their welcome, as CR17 finds one, not just one, but 2 of the players there from Kdk Esports. Pop to Somalia, I saw them in the chat. They were rooting out for this team, and it does look like they will be taken out here, as Ronaldo would find the knock and the confirm. Kdk Esports down to 2, forced to play passive till the end of the game. Don't worry, from the side there of New Win, already grenading themselves, and I heard in a couple of updates now that will not be possible again. Let me know what your thoughts are on PUBG Mobile turning off friendly fire for grenades. I think it's I don't think it's gonna work, especially in the competitive scene. We need those players grenading themselves from time to time, you know. But anyway, the zone about to close up, and it does go up to the north. I'm pained. The only reason why I'm pained is because this zone continues to stay in Picado. Like, I really want the zone out of Picado, force these teams there from Picado to make a move, you know, because right now they're all just waiting, camping, if I might say. Right, nobody is shooting really. That's what becomes even more annoying, because nobody is shooting. Everybody is just waiting. Look at this. Tiger just waiting. Goat just waiting. Boss just waiting. You know, Renzo just waiting. We move on to the next team. The tactical response team just waiting. Finally, no way you're shooting at them. That is such a, I don't want to say the word, but that is not even worthy. That is not even good. So what's the point? Now you take the shots you want to push. I really hope Don't Worry finds him. And at the same time, I hope Don't Worry don't find. I really want a situation whereby another team comes in and clears out all the teams here in Picado. I'm paying at the fact that there were so many places to land. All of them decided to land in Picado. Now they landed in Picado, they are not doing anything. Now you're taking shots when the team is trying to leave. That is just bad. That is not a good move. But anyway, as we see them, they're just waiting, right? And the other team who seemed to want to leave, which was New Win, even naded themselves and nobody pushed up as Execute, looking to execute themselves there. They had their Picado looking to chase that center circle. Kind of love it. And hopefully New Win. They have a 3-man squad. Get into that vehicle. Leave there. Look, there's another vehicle on the road there. You can just go on ahead and take that. There's no point waiting out here in Picado for teams who are not ready to fight you. But anyway, let me stop complaining about the Picado situation we've got going on. Pain Africa holding a very long split on the northern edge of the circle. We do see on that northwest we have the side of One Nation. June 26 looking to approach the side of Eno Esports with their esports out there, still out there in Chumasera, holding it up as a 2-man squad. The side of New Win getting themselves in a vehicle, and it does look like they will be going for that other car that I saw on the road. A very nice play. If the Evil Clan shoots at them, I'll be so pissed. But anyway, yeah, they get themselves the vehicle, the nice play, and they will be making their rotations out of here, I hope, or at least securing themselves vehicles to get out of here, provided things go south. Kind of wonder what's the point of landing Picado when you're not ready to chase out every other person, which means this whole drop would happen again if there is another Miramar game, which is quite sad. But anyway, everyone's still looking for a way into that zone. CR7 team not quite doing too well in terms of vehicles, as they do not have any vehicles at the time being. Start to see Yakoza make it towards the side there of Picado. That man are just holding it up, driving a monster truck. I heard it's quite good with the terrain. They would run into the side of 355 team as a Heresy. Where is Glenn? Where is Glenn 355? Eh? Did Glenn rename, or is Glenn no longer on the team? I'd like to know. Let me know. But anyway, we're starting to see the rotations coming through. It does look like 355 clan wants to draw in a little bit closer to the side of Yakoza, as Adem will be getting shot out from the side. They're not quite aware of what is going on, or at least now they see it. And the shots begin to fly out as the rest of Yakoza looks to come up for support. One player falls. It is Norway. And that revive would have to come through. His teammate having to back it up in Abdul, forcing Griezmann to be all alone. And I want to know if the side of 355 clan would continue up on that push. They are aware of where Griezmann is. What is surprising me is how the grenades aren't being sent now onto the side of Griezmann, as now the grenades start to fly. Norway is very low on HP. The shots coming in through as Tiny looking for that knock up onto Griezmann. But Griezmann looking to fall back a little bit, but he's been spotted. Red dots not enough to find the knock, as he doesn't fall just yet. The revives looking to come through. Heads have been spotted. Backpacks have been spotted, I believe. The shots coming in through, but there's a little bit of what's that thing called? Height glitch? Hue glitch? Yeah, hue glitch. But anyway, Lishto Sama looking for a little bit of a flank angle, but those terrains completely unforgiving. Not helping matters as smokes now start to be deployed from the side of Lisht. Hersey quite aware of this motion being made by Lisht here, and might just spot him out in a couple moments. He's definitely seen him, but I do not understand why he's not taking the shots. Looking to play a little bit for the long game, and it does look like Lisht will be falling back, realizing that angle is not really playing out well for them. Supremacy does fall as the third party comes through from Picado from the side of Tactical Response. Wow, Brute Force is still alive. Interesting. But anyway, we do see Griezmann still holding it up in a little bit of a stalemate here. And it's only a matter of time. Where are the teams in Picado? They're still there. As Yakoza are looking for a very wide angle. And I do not know what the play is coming through from Abdul there. Does look to be quite detached from the team. It's 355 team, still holding it up. And those look like we have a skirmish up there on the north, including teams that I know for one are going to fight themselves. It's Spain Africa out here pushing up onto the side of One Nation. Amos got a little bit of an off angle. One elimination is already up onto Yash. This time it does look like Yash is going to be the one starting things for that team. As we do see grenades now being launched towards the side there of Ammo from Butcher, as Butcher now starts to push up. Definitely aware that the damage has been done, but the runover are being looked for by Yash as Butcher trying to run. The support is excellent for the side there of One Nation, as Yash forced to play passive or forced to pause that push to build Molly though. But the Molly doesn't quite get the spread, at least not yet, as Excute happens to be the one doing in the work. They do find that knock up onto Venom, who definitely needs to get revived. Damo does find the knock and the thirst up onto Butcher. And Execute's currently being the pain, the thorn in the flesh. Tetanus has been spotted. The shots not quite rendering towards their position just yet. 2 eliminations to the side of Pain and Glory. The zone does leave Picado. Now I want to see what the move is. I know New Win has a vehicle, but what is the side of the Evil Clan and Tactical Response Team going to do? You just hear this car breathing in my ear like zoom, zoom. I love it. It's gonna crank up the game sounds a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if I cranked it up or if I cranked it down. But anyway, the side there of Pain Africa, this side there of Pain Africa does look to be drawing out the shots, as One Nation happens to be the one on the receiving end. One player would fall for One Nation again. They're in the middle of all of this. But it does look like One Nation looking towards the side there of Execute, who are trying to steal those elims, and indeed they will. So the rest of Pain Africa start to form up close to the Bad Bunny. It's quite the lot of cover that Bad Bunny has to work with. That's a good nade. If it does find a little bit of damage, or actually make that quite a chunk of damage. The Bad Bunny now still prone on the floor, hoping that the side there of Pain Africa just misbehave, take the wrong steps. I do not know if Porny is able to spot that player out there. He's just out there prone. The Bad Bunny is still holding it up as we start to see Ammo look for that little bit of an off angle. He might just spot that player there if he's willing to wait. Oh wait, you see him? You see him? You see him, Brian? You actually see him, Abo. Oh, he does take some shots, and Venom would spot him, want him out of the way for the side of Pain Africa, as now they can focus onto the side of Execute, who have been quite the troublesome team. It does look like June 2016 taking the 1v4 right now, as the rest of the teammates have been spotted. Khadar does fall, and 355 team get themselves 3 sweet eliminations to boot. That is wonderful to see coming through from them. Revolution Squad also find themselves in a little bit of trouble, as the side there of Yakoza would find one of the players there. It's going to be Minato, I believe, currently getting spotted, trying to prevent that thirst, but looks like there isn't too much he can do. Lishto Sama does overextend, who gets spotted by the Future, and the rest of the team there from Yakoza looking to form up. Maybe not the best of players. Abdul now currently being warded away by the shots, and is down to 1 HP. More shots coming in through as Adem looks for the shots, but it's going to be Griezmann to find Future from behind. The rest of Revolution team looking to chase Abdul because they know that player is down on HP, but Griezmann's off angle is quite excellent. Adem is still alive, looking to probably process that revive up onto his teammate as Griezmann does drive up to Future's position. That is not going to play well for the side there of Revolution team. Griezmann still looking for a little bit of that off angle as Somali does get spotted, and Revolution team have gotten this one all wrong as they're down to the final player in Hamzi. Shots been taken, and it does look like Hamzi would be able to escape this one with the UAZ driving through the bushes, or sorry, driving through the hard terrain. Anyway, the full set does come through now as 355 clan has found their way onto the side of Pain Africa. Supremacy making it in close to Porny as Porny does spot him, takes the DBS shots through the window, doesn't quite find it. Supremacy looking for more, tries to vault the window, would fall as Porny spots the head. More players making it in as it's the DBS showdown up against Pain Africa and 355. Supremacy holding it up. Goes for the angle and would find it as Pain Africa are down by 2 players. Now from behind, Yash would get spotted. And Pain Africa finally suffering for a push that they did go for. And it's 355 Clan up as a full squad to take them down, holding up 6 eliminations to the name. And Pain Africa go out early in 11th. Teams out there in Picado. Now look at them. Look at them. Look at this. Like what's the meaning of this? What's this? Look at them. Drinking blue zone for no reason. Having only one vehicle to work with. Where they could have gone to take themselves the vehicles that are outside in the outskirts of Picado. But no. They decided to camp in Picado for no reason. And look at that. Even new win. Just out there camping. Dybala is going to go down to the blue zone now. And that's going to be a GG well played for them. This is just irritated because they're still trying to get the revives up in his zone 4. Anyway, the Revolution team. It does look like Hamzi finds himself close to some of the players there from their Esports as the Sin does look to drive away from that position. Doesn't want any much of a trouble. And to be honest, I'm kind of praying that this idea of Pain Africa is out of the lobby because they're one team that I can beat my chest for. That they would actually take some shots and give me a little bit of entertainment. Their Esports Sin struggling to find those connecting shot up onto Hamzi, and I don't get it as Hamzi though just still driving away looking for a safe space to be, and I do not understand why Sin stopped taking shots there. But this is what we're talking about, that passiveness coming in through from the lobby. Alright, anyway. Ooh, is that 21 eliminations? Damn. But anyway, rotations coming in through as we await. As we await movements coming through from everyone in the lobby. As everyone is just driving to the circle. Quite the play. New win, still suffering out there in that blue zone. Damn. Alright. CR7 on the south. Does look like Kdk Esports would have been driving for a little too long. Ultimate squad wiper in the hands there of Sin. But does look like Sin would not fall. Or Sin would fall actually. Eno team have got just the one player with 1 HP looking to hold on in flow as Gattuso does get spotted from behind, and I think their Esports could have played that one a little bit better. 355 Clan did hear those shots. Might want a little bit of this of the trouble as we do see Supremacy just lurking in the background. The rest of the team does look to be approached as a CR7 squad who gets started with this idea of the Evil Clan. One player down for the Evil Clan and make that all of the Evil Clan out. As the CR7 team would find themselves winning that engagement. 355 Clan heard it. And it's now becoming quite troublesome for 355 Clan. Who do they want to push? Hersey though does make it down. Catches that player there with a grenade. The grenade is strong, but it's not quite able to find the knock just yet. Hersey very low on HP. And I don't know why Hersey is still driving in that blue zone. Hersey would survive that one as Tiny does remain there. Su does look to be getting pushed from the side here. As Supremacy does fall. The support fire is excellent coming in through for the team. Using a whole grenade just for the thirst there. Su, not the best of play. Don't worry. From the side of next win. Getting themselves that interesting knock and thirst as that zone does push up north. No one is in that zone. Side of Frenzy still out there on the southern edge, taking shots towards the players there from Yakoza, and they would find Abdul in the vehicle, taking him out. 3 eliminations to the name. They're looking to hold on quite strong. Lord team out there on the northern edge, still holding up quite nicely. Nothing too stressful, at least not yet. As CR7 team continue to look for the players there from next win. Grenades being launched towards Don't Worry's position, and Don't Worry not quite moving too much. He does get that knock up onto Goat as the grenade is excellent from CR7 onto Goat. Don't Worry, it's a good one to find the knock as Darkness now left alone in that little shack to hold on for the team. He does look to want to smoke up to grab that revive as Ronaldo currently keeping a close eye a watchful eye onto the side of next win, anticipating that revive to come through as Darkness now does start to make the move. The shots coming in through, tick damage is being done, and wonderful peaks coming in through from Ronaldo to give themselves 8 eliminations up in this game. On the southern edge, they have to move as that zone is going to start to close up in 30 seconds. And that is the exact mark you might want to start making those moves onto the team. Quite the position being held by Eno Esports. Tactical withholding. Alright, Flo looking for the shots through the gates. Doesn't quite look to find it as the Lord team does look to have just 3 players up, and they're making it up onto that northern edge of the circle. Does look like a Frenzy team would be doing themselves quite the favor, getting themselves quite the knocks. Mythic is down. Same thing can be said about Goblin. As Frenzy now down to 2. There's only 6 teams left and so much space to play for. So what happens when many of the teams just stayed outside. Alright. 355 team now having to face a little bit of a gatekeep coming through from Eno Esports. And Lord Esports losing one more player to that blue zone. I'm very confused as to what is going on here. Like, why are you losing players to the blue zone? But anyway, I guess players are just disconnected. Anyway, Frenzy does find himself in a little bit of a trouble as the CR7 team, they've been doing quite the damage from game 1, and they look to continue up in this next game. 8 eliminations up already as Chris does look to be revived now. Ronaldo on the low toss does go for the high toss now, tossing that grenade towards that revive position. It's a little bit of a bounce coming in through as Ronaldo, you might need to add a jump to that to get that nade to land in the right place. They do look to be also getting pressured by the side of 355 team as Norway starts to bathe them with the grenades. Tiny also in the vicinity. And this is the side of CR7 finding himself in a rock, in between a rock and a hard place. And to be honest, if I'm the CR7 team, 3 mana up, I'm going to full send it onto the side here of Frenzy, as they happen to be the team that you can take out. But Lemigo with that double grenade or 2-piece nade is absolutely wonderful. Lord team would go out to that full set coming in through on the north from Eno team or Eno Esports. I do not know how that happened. I just know they full sent it. CR7 team still holding it up with just the 1 up, and it is Goats trying to see if they can play this deep for the time being. Ayala holding up, waiting for a push. It's 355 team now getting kept by the side of Eno team. They already have 4 eliminations, and Dragon looks for 1 more. Norway looks for an exit out of the compound now, but Norway though driving straight into Tiny to get the revive. Will be working out for the time being as CR7, the Goats needs to grab the revive up onto Ronaldo. Tick damage coming in through for Ronaldo, but it does look like that revive will come through quite safely. This is quite troublesome for the side there of Frenzy as Eno Esports does find that good angle onto them and will start to take the shots. The Blues are now starting to move, and CR7 team now have to move. Ronaldo gets that HP done just right in time. Vehicles are still functional and working, and they continue to make it into that circle. They do look to be driving towards the side of 355 team as Ronaldo does find himself close to that airdrop. Stopping by, he sees the Dragon. The Dragon doesn't have headphones or doesn't hear shit. It's one of the two as the Dragon now low on HP. Ronaldo not even going for the push. He wants to spoil the vehicle instead. Goes for the drop shot. Would fall. Goats team. Oh, sorry, CR7. Oh, I do not understand the play as Goats does go for the thirst, but his HP drenched down to 1, and that vehicle does look to be sliding them for the time being as Goat makes it behind the vehicle looking for that HP revive, but he's not going for the meds. I reckon he has none, and that vehicle is about to get exploded. That zone is going to start moving real soon. Tiny holding up against Ayala, but Ayala has done quite the number, and the vehicle explosion will get the rest of the elimination. Ayala now has to hold on as Eno Esports already up to 8 eliminations. Flo finding himself with 5 elims. Does spot Ayala on the move, sending that grenade out, and I do not understand. Did you not see him? Why are you not hearing the footsteps? Ayala holding up, still quite alive here for the time being. And it does look like Flo wants to go for that push. Played a little bit passively with the cover. And Ayala stands up for the pick. Shots coming in through. Flo looks for one, but doesn't quite find any. Ayala coming in from the side, finds the knock up onto Peter. Ayala up in a 1v2 situation. HP drenched down to 40 as Eno continues on the push. But Eno not playing that role quite well. DBS in the hands of Ayala, who's going to prove to be quite dangerous as Flo looks for a little bit of the push from the side. Ayala pulling him from behind, and I'm beginning to doubt seriously if Flo has got headphones as Ayala gets that 1v2 for the chicken dinner. How have you lost that, Eno Esports? Frenzy getting themselves 7 eliminations and a chicken dinner. I'm not going to complain about it. The execution wasn't the best, but they did it. A win is a win. Eno team, or Eno Esports, who I felt should have taken that chicken dinner home easily, did go out there in second position with 8 points, or sorry, 8 eliminations. CR7 team in third position with 9 elims. 355 team in fourth position with 7. Lord team in fifth with none. The side of Revolution Esports in 6th position with none. Next win in 7th with 4. The side of Yakoza in 8th position with 6 elims. The guys there from the Evil Clan in 9th with no eliminations. Their Esports in 10th with no eliminations. Spain Africa in 11th with 7 elims. The side here of the team tactical, no, how have I forgotten the name of this team? That is not possible. Tactical Response Team, yeah, in 12th with none. The side of Excute in 13th with 2. June 26th in 14th with none. And the side here of One Piece, One Nation in 15th place with no elims. The passive play is getting tiring, and I really do not like the way these teams are playing so passive. We saw passiveness coming through from all of these teams, and you can just tell that the confidence is not quite there. Not everyone is quite confident in their gun skills, and as much as I'd love to say it's a self-actualization, it just feels like a little bit of low self-esteem to me. So I'd like to see a little bit of confidence coming through from all of these teams. I feel like playing this game in the competitive level does mean you have the gun skill to an extent. So I'd expect you to make some of those plays. Like we saw so many situations where teams could have taken teams out. I mean, CR7 team could have easily taken out Frenzy Esports there, but they continued to play passively. 355 Clan could have held up. Don't even get me started on Kdk Esports or Eno team. I said these teams are playing a little too passively for my liking. I'm not really liking it, but guess what, guys? We've got 2 more games to go. I believe we're going next into Sandhawk. So do not go anywhere. Share that stream. I'll be right back with more Smash Battle action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Somalia Smash Battle. We've seen the teams play as though they are not willing to play, which is quite painful. And I really hope everyone steps up because we're about to get into Sandhawk now. And I hope that Sandhawk is not as passive as the rest of the games. But right now, I feel like my prayers right now, most likely, or my hopes, would not be granted. Especially given the fact that right now we only have 54 players in the lobby, and I'm being just dramatic about it because all the games so far we've had 54 players. So this is just the first time that we're having. Sorry, all the games so far we've had 55 players. This is the first time we're having 54 show up in the lobby, and I'm being all dramatic about it. But in case you're really listening, you should already hear that our plane is already taking off. And without further ado, and without wasting any further time, we'll be getting into that third game of the day. My dongle, I've touched it again. I'm sorry, but let's manage. Playing path, not really gonna matter here in Sandhawk. We do have the playing path out there on that western side of things. I'm gonna disconnect this for a while. My dongle is acting up. It is so hot you can't even imagine. I need a phone cooler, or I need a dongle cooler. I need to get a new dongle though. That's all I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna get a new one real soon. But anyway, we do see that playing path taking us all the way on that side. On this, oh my god, guys, I'm sorry for the breaking sound. Really, I'm trying to fix it as much as I can. Hey, I think I fixed it. No, I did not. And here we go again. 355 team finding themselves in a little bit of a hot drop out there in Hatin with PUBG Africa, actually, who come into this game now with only 3 players. I see DBS in the queue feed, and it does look like it is going on in Painan. I'll be right back. I'm just going to figure out what is wrong with this dongle, man. And I don't want to spoil my charging ports. You know what? We're just going to vibe with it. We're just going to vibe with it just like that. Oh, nice shots coming in through as One Nation does look to be holding up quite nicely. The shots coming in from the side as Boss looks for a little bit of that return knock. Not quite able to find it. The revive does look to be the next thing in line. DBS in the hands of the Bad Bunny does find one knock onto the side there of the Evil Clan, and 2 now as the Boss does fall. Looking quite confident on that push. The Tiger will be the last one left, and One Nation. I believe they've completed what they came there to do. PUBG Africa losing out the fight there in Hatin as 355 clan emerged victorious with 3 eliminations. They lose 1 player in Norway, but they look fine. Kdk Esports, they heard all of that trouble. Do they want to come for the third party? I'm keeping my eye out to see if they will do that. Boot camp, not too many people fighting there. St. Paradise totally empty. How does look to be occupied. 14 teams left in the lobby. And to be honest, I actually get a little bit sad when the side there of PUBG Africa does leave the lobby, you know, because once they go out early, it's almost like, oh my god, every other person is not going to fight themselves. We're just going to be having a little bit of a passive game till the end of the day. And this is where it becomes annoying. Now, Kdk Esports is trying to come in through for the third party. But at this point, they must already know that it's too late. Right? So they must already know that it's too late for a third party, and now they're coming in. They do get one knock onto the side of 355 clan, but it doesn't look like they're acting on it as 2 of their players find themselves in the water. But anyway, Dami looking to push up a little bit, try to get himself a little bit of an angle. Oh, Brute falls down by 2. As everyone Dami now looking for a little bit of an angle, as I said earlier, but Dami will get spotted as Dami falls. 355 clan gets themselves that one knock. A little bit of a trade being initiated. Revive does look to come through onto the side of 355 clan, so they will be fine. As Gattuso, does he got the gat though? Does he get it? That's the question in mind. Dami does get thirsted. No. You know what? Take it. It's happened. Zone does happen to be on that western side of things. Shots coming in through. My dongle is irritating me. My dongle is really annoying me, to be honest. You can't even imagine. I don't like the way the sound is sounding, and I'm pretty sure you guys would hear it also. That's a good grenade coming in through from Gattuso. It's a two-piece nade. One to find the thirst, one to find the knock. Does send out another one. Supremacy does look to be quite low. The revive not going to be happening anytime soon, as Hersey does look to be coming in through from the side. DBS in the hand. All of them trying to jump shots from the window. Not quite able to find it. As oh my god, I think that's where they messed it up. Coming in through from the side, as Hersey now prepping the reload on that gun. He's up in a 1v3 situation as Ter continues to look for that off angle. He's got meds, but he's not deciding to use it off. Exposes a little bit and gets caught by the desync. A little bit of second doubting coming through from that player there. And I think that's going to be all of the fights we'll be seeing for a very long while. So while everyone is not fighting, I'm just going to try and figure out what is up with my dongle, okay? Oh boy. Act well, Mr. Dongle, okay? As I said, from here on out, it's just everyone just rotating. Sorry you're seeing a black screen. I apologize. And here we go again. Yep, still not fixed. This is not fun. Let me hear what you guys are hearing. One second, guys. I'm trying to see if you guys hear the same thing I'm hearing. One second, guys. I'm here with you. Do not fear. There's been no fight. It does look like a lot of teams are looking to hold up on that southern edge of the circle. So wait, actually it's all good. You guys don't hear what I hear. Like, you don't hear the error that I hear. So my dongle is only acting up for me. So that works. That works. I'm fine with it. Anyway, zone about to close. It does look like it will be going towards that Camp Alpha side, which is surprising to see why there is so many teams out there on the south. You can already tell where the projection of this zone is. It's Sandhawk, right? The zone is not going to change the way it acts in one day. We are, like, you can already tell, and it's quite interesting to see that Kdk Esports have not decided to hold up the good angles on Camp Alpha Hill yet. It does look like Lord might be trying to, I would hope that Lord team would be going for the bridge camp there. Amen. And we see the team there in boot camp already making their cross. Like I said, that's probably going to be most of the fights we'll be seeing for a while, as we do see rotations coming in through from Revo team or Revolution Africa. Eno Esports not quite able to find a knock there, as our Revolution Africa do stop their rotation outside the zone. They were rotating all four members in one vehicle, which we do not advise at any point in time. Does look like our Eno team looking to draw in closer. Shots coming in through. One player gets uprooted as the Dragon does hit his shots. Looking for more, but not quite able to find. This Dragon trying not to overextend, just holding it up. The rest of the team not quite close to him. That's Minato looking to hold that position still. Minato spotting out the Dragon there. Takes down the Dragon. Peter Parker spotted on the top of the hill there as Minato takes more shots. The Dragon does get thirsted, and Minato definitely heard the shots from behind. I would hope so. Peter Parker making a move. Minato, HP is getting drained, and Peter not quite supporting with as much shots as expected. As Minato misses that door, does get spotted again from behind, and he finally makes it into the building. Revolution squad remain up as a 3-man team, still holding it quite strong. CR7 team does look to be pushing close to the side there of Yakoza. And it does look like Revolution team finding themselves on the upper hand of this fight. One more player goes down for Eno team, and it's going to be Flo, who does get thirsted immediately. Tricks running out in the open. Quite interesting to see. Does find the rock to hold on to. This shot. Overpicks it. Minato spots him out. Takes him down. It's down to the one player Tricks, who, like I said, running out in the open. And Hamzi spots him going prone into the floor. It's good defense coming through from Revolution Africa. But ultimately, that was poor attack coming in through from the side here of Eno Esports. But anyway, CR7 team does find themselves down by 2 players. Just look like the revives might be coming through, but grenades will be preventing that from happening for the time being, as Chris finds himself very low on HP. Looking to be baited with the molly. It's a beautiful nade onto the side to get a knock. But the DBS would find the knock as the third party from One Nation. Absolutely chaotic and not helping matters at all. The GOAT happens to be the last one left. Just send the grenade there just to say hi and maybe bye. So he does find himself activating the JP strats, looking to go for the zone instead. There is wow. Alright. There is Sports not quite going to the top of the Camp Alpha hill. And no team actually up there on the top of the Camp Alpha hill. It's quite surprising. And I'm not too surprised actually at this point, seeing that everyone does seem to be avoiding to get into the circle. I do see Fan Pro from Tactical Response team just holding up outside here. The blue zone. Oscar is quite close to him. They're running out of meds and they're holding up against the side there of Frenzy Esports, who also not having too many medkits in the back pocket. The blue zone continues to close up. Once that next blue zone closes, it becomes quite troublesome as Mythic looks for the shots. Will not find it for the time being. As grenades now currently being launched. Not finding any of the knocks just yet. We look forward to seeing how well they're going to play this one. Mythic still holding on to his hands. We start to see that Q feed dancing a little bit as the push does look to come through. Mythic coming in from the side, realizing they do not have any more time to waste. Shotgun to the face, and that player very low on HP. More coming in through, but not to connect. The side there of Tactical Response team finding themselves on the losing end as they start to chunk a lot of HP. Oscar able to get his HP back up as Mythic does come in through. Jump shots with the DBS looking for the knocks, but not quite able to find any just yet. Oscar has got a grenade being prepped, but not quite able to find it. Shots coming in through the window, not to connect as they continue to shoot the walls. And guys, we just painted these walls as Oscar falls into that camping position, into that forbidden room. Looking to hold his hands. DBS in the hands of everyone. And the meds needs to be pulled off. Oscar, you had better not vault that window. The free fire is coming in through, but will not work. This is such a stalemate here for the team. Smokes. And Oscar, this is down to his flash grenade. He's got to make it count. Sends it to the door for reasons best known to him. And Oscar, not quite able to find that push. They're just taunting and baiting themselves. We'll be pulling over to Lord team in a while. As Fan Pro does make it down to the side of the building. That blue zone not helping matters. All teams out of heals, or at least the ones that matter, as Mythic decides to push as a squad with the Goblin. Looking to push into the building and chasing. But that player Oscar running for his life, looking for the angles as they're just banding up, applying those bandages. The side there of Free Esports looking for a little bit of an escape. That vehicle has been exploded now. Oscar trying to see if they can hit. The blue zone is going to end up taking out both teams, and I don't know why I'm putting so much attention here, but it's a fight that we need to watch. Revolution team with Lord, they're not too close, so I'm going to leave it as that. Oscar preventing, and man, the walls have suffered so much as the walls have taken all the damage today. Fan Pro just coming from behind to finally get one knock from the side. Oh, the shots coming in through, and finally Tactical Response team get themselves 2 eliminations. On the other hand of things, Minato will be cleaning things up as Revolution Africa clean up the side there of Lord team. And that's how it continues to move, cutting away half of Camp Alpha. Oh, sorry, the heels of Camp Alpha. Team Excute holding it up in Camp Alpha itself as a Revolution Africa hold on. Tries to keep a gatekeep or breach. Oh, sorry. Actually, yes, a gatekeep onto the side there of One Nation, but they would lose 2 on that one as the third party is quite strong coming in through from the side there of Yakoza. Whew. But anyway, we're waiting. It does look like revives might be coming up from the side of Revolution, at least to get at least one player. Alrighty. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. My sound is back to normal. It does look like Revolution Africa need to get into that circle. CR7 down to just the goats, holding it up, surviving for the team. As there, Esports still holding up on that northern edge of the old circle. So many teams trying to cross that bridge now. Tactical Response team being one of them, as Fan Pro does have his vehicle taking a huge brunt of the damage. Grenade does get sent towards his location, but it's not quite good enough to... Oh! Scratch that! It is good enough. Well, actually, this is the third party that actually did take them out. Galmod G, the only player for the team to have made it across, does look to be holding up quite nicely as Frenzy, or sorry, make that Yakoza start to do a little bit of damage. 6 eliminations up to their names. Holding up the breach camp quite well. Next to him, looking to have made it onto the other side, but they'll be riding and walking towards the side there of Goat's team. And I don't know if CR7 sees them as they're moving. It definitely does. Come on, CR7. Maintaining trigger discipline. I enjoy that. Currently holding up on the edge of the circle. It does look like Excute lurking closer and closer towards the side there of Tactical Response team. The last player up. You just see Galmod. Oh, this is going to be iconic. Stands up. And that player is definitely clueless. We're coming into the camera of the room. And Galmod waiting for the soul who is going to miswalk. Anyway, CR7. Here's the shots going on in front of him. Doesn't look like he's taking any of the shots just yet. As our next win does look to be drawing a little bit closer. Ah, good nades. Oh my god. Okay. He's moved to Galmod. And I don't know why, but he's moved. Up in a 1v2, I believe. This building, you can definitely get shots by the foot from underneath the building. I wonder if the team there from Excute Africa are aware of that. It does look like Cruz is chilling behind that buggy. He's got a grenade being prepped right now. Molotov's being sent into the building. Galmod moves just right in time. The grenade lands, doesn't quite find the damage as Galmod sees that push coming in through from Cruz, catches him unaware, gets the instant thirst to follow, and that is the one elimination they needed. Mini 13, not Mini 14 now, looking to hold his ends up against Galmod. 4 eliminations to the team. They do lose one player, Mise, to the third party. So that's not fun. Eno Esports finally getting a little bit of action done. As that new zone is about to close up again. Does set up quite nicely. CR7 can play with the buildings. Footsteps has been heard. As Galmod still holding his end. And I wonder how long this 1v1 will take right now. Excute still have the wife alive on that northern edge. Holding it up, but it does look like they're getting pushed by the side of Eno Esports. Gattuso quite close, getting into the buggy. Wife sees that jump around coming in through from Rusty as they drive by. Does look to happen. Stops to take the shots. Wife looking for the shots, but getting shot out from behind. Not helping matters. Now there's a little bit of a third party coming in through as Yakoza looking for a little bit of the knocks there. Rusty down by HP and would eventually fall as it's going to be new win actually, or next win. Getting the shots to connect. Galmod did win that fight. He did win his ones. He does look to be making it into the circle. Eno Esports have heard him. And that player just driving around, trying to look for buildings to play around. And Galmod still driving. He's holding it up. Makes it into the compound. But that buggy heavily battered, and it becomes troublesome as to how and where he's going to get into the circle from. 40 seconds, that zone starts to close up. Alrighty, CR7 though, he does look to be doing quite the number as he does get one knock done. 2 eliminations to that player already. You can tell he's doing the damage, and I believe that was 2-piece. Oh, you see him! You see him! You see him! You see him! Yes! Griezmann! Sit down! And the instant thirst to follow? Abdul does go for a little bit of the thirst. I can just tell the goat's looking for the shots behind the tires. Oh, but not quite able to find it just yet. That zone about to close up again as Galmod now able to find himself yet another buggy. Is this man the luckiest man on earth or what? Might be getting his HP back up. And the 2 solos in this game do happen to be one that have proven to be able to do quite the number. So Galmod looking to send it. I know where he wants to go. Oh, wait, what? I thought he was going into the compound. Oh, no, this is a bad spot. Abdul, do you see him? No, Abdul doesn't see him. CR7 has to move, though. That blue zone is going to start to move, and it does look like vaulting that window happens to be a problem for him. As he turns his back to the enemies, but he's not suffering for it. How does he not get punished for that? Well, I guess that's why he's the GOAT. I see CR7. Uh-oh. He definitely sees. Oh, Galmod! The snake in the grass now, punishing the side there of Yakoza. That man has been getting steady 2-piece today. And he might be looking to add yet another to his books as Eno Esports do coming through from the side. Eno Esports, Gattuso's got a grenade. But Galmod has got a Molotov. The molly doesn't get the spread. No! The nade doesn't quite land on point as Galmod takes the shot towards Eno Esports. That's going to give them a little bit of a time as they're on the off angle. Molotov still being still landing. Oh my god, Stare doesn't keep moving. Doesn't quite spot the players there from Yakuza. The GOAT might just be the one to help out Galmod here. Hopefully we'll see an alliance coming in from the solos. Push coming in through. And you can already tell he's looking for the off angle. DPS from the side. But it is Yakoza to find the knock. And the third. CR7 now making it to the fence. Oh no, it's a field day. It's a field day for the GOAT. He's gonna take him out. Since the player doesn't take the shots just yet, he's gonna be taking a little bit of blue zone damage. Trying to see if he can wait it out. But if he makes it towards the 3 on his left, it's Slim. Oh, spots the player in the floor, gets the knock, and is trying to pull the heel off. Oh no! Oh no, it's a 1v2 and it's served on a platter for the side there of Yakoza, who get themselves 11 eliminations and a winner chicken dinner. Whew, kind of enjoyed this one a bit, especially seeing the way the solos were played. But I actually feel like the GOATs could have taken out all of their esports there, but he decided to stay in that blue zone for a little longer and not really gather as much information as possible. I feel like if he made it towards that tree, he could have challenged Gattuso behind that rock to a 1v1 and probably, you know, had better chances, but still got himself that knock up the hill. I'm not too sure if he got the thirst. I think he got the thirst, so that was good play coming through from him, but that HP, that heal did not just come up right in time. But anyway, there is Sports finishing in second with 5 points. CR7 team in our third position with 3 elims. Side there of Tactical Response team in fourth with 5. Next win in fifth with 4. The side there of Excute in 6th position with none. One Nation in 7th with 6 elims. Side of Revolution Africa in 8th position with 10 eliminations. Lord Gaming, or Lord, yeah, I believe it's his team, Lord, in 9th position with none. Side of Frenzy in 10th position with 1. Eno Esports in 11th with no eliminations. 355 teams in 12th position with 4 elims. June 26th in 13th with no eliminations. The side there of the Evil Clan in 14th with 1 elim, and Pain Africa going out early with 1 elimination to their name. So it's almost like Pain Africa did well on the first game and just fell off on every other game afterwards. Good to see a little bit of the teams are standing up, waking up, but I'm gonna throw that heavily on the fact that this is Sandhawk, and Sandhawk just naturally forces you to fight. Did not enjoy the way most of the teams played this one. I feel like Kampalfa Hill was very strong, and the only team that held it, which was Next Win, had only a 2-man squad to hold up there. When they had to leave, it became a problem. Never enjoyed to see Dairy Sports play that one quite early on in the game, get themselves a couple of eliminations, but it does look like that is not what they had in mind. But anyway, that is 3 games done and dusted. We have 1 more game to go for the Group C games today, so do not go anywhere, and I'll be right back with more action. Hi guys, I know the wait is a little too long, but guess what? Wait no more, because we're about to get into the final game of the day. So that being said, all the teams that have not been doing well, they need to step it up in this final game. One more game, it's the map of Erangel. You know it, I know it, they know it. So without wasting any more time, let us get into the next game of the day. Back to Erangel, looking nice playing. Playing path not looking nice at all. Playing path not looking nice at all, as it's down towards that southern edge, taking us all the way from that western edge to the waters of Novorepnonye, down to the south of Muta Power. It's a tough playing path, maybe not so tough actually. Primorsk accessible, Ferripi accessible, Pochinki accessible, School, Rozok accessible, Farm Muta accessible, Muta Power accessible, Prison Mansion accessible, Lipovka also accessible. If you're willing to drop in that Muta road, you can get yourself a vehicle, make it all the way to Yasnaya. If you're good at jumping, you can make it all the way to Jojopo. We already see a couple of teams going for that. Jojopo accessible. You can land in North Jojopo, decide to find yourself vehicles, drive all the way to Zaki. Oh, military base zone. This is probably the first time I'm seeing a military base zone and I don't like it. Like, I actually don't want a military base zone. But anyway, and if you've seen the zone, it's not too late to jump over to Novorepnonye, you know. The military island is also accessible. Anyway, CR7 team back with One Nation again. One Nation did lose their lives in the first fight, and it's quite interesting to see One Nation go for the same landing split as they did in the first game. Choo-choo. Boom! Ooh! Almost pre-fired or pre-naded there, as Choo-choo does look to make a little bit of a move. The rest of One Nation, they can only find themselves shotguns to hold. This is going to be painful for them. Not so nice. Out there in South Jojopo, we have the side there of Yakoza up against Excute once again. Pain Africa holding up in Pochinki. School is going to be held by Frenzy. Watertown Dairy Sports Shelter, and the split around there is being held by Tactical Response Team. Out there in the outskirts of Farm, we have 355 in Muta. The Lord Team, Muta Power empty. The side of Next Wind still looking to be in the air, trying to make it all the way to Lipovka. A couple of their members will be stopping out there in the prison area. In Novorepnonye, we have the side of June 26 and the players there from the Evil Clan holding it up there on the military island, saving themselves that stress of having to go for having to cross that bridge. But ultimately, we cannot put our fingers and say this is going to be at the military base, to be honest, because it's still quite indecisive of a circle. So we look forward to seeing how that one works. On the western side of the map, we do see the side there of Eno Esports just driving around looking to hold on to the ends. But anyway, it doesn't look like we'll be getting too much of a fight just yet, as oh, with the sniper. Zoo pushing up. Oh no. Okay, Zoo does get knocked, but it does look like revives will be coming in through. Butcher's got quite the angle. It does look to be finding that that thirst, but will not be able to find it though. The rest of One Nation, all they have is snipers. Butcher does see that revive. He had a vehicle all the time. Then why didn't you pick up your teammate? Why aren't you going to pick up your teammate? Where are you going? No! They heard him. They definitely heard him. And the push is going to come through. Look at them. They're all swarming towards. Why didn't you pick up? What are you doing? You're trying to pick up the vehicle. No! What is this? Wow. There is no way. And the Bad Bunny is just looking to get out of there. We're going to pull over to the side of Executes. As this time, they're the ones doing the work. Scratch that. Actually, it's a trade going on here. The side of Yakoza happen to be on the losing end of things, as they are down by one player. One player has gone thirsted. The rest of the team does look to be forming up as Abdu, looking to grab that revive up onto Lisht, trying to get them a little bit of a trade going on there. Execute will be grabbing their revive up. Eno Esports looking to play a little bit of third party here. as both teams. They need to clear this fight as quickly as possible. It's a possible military base zone. You cannot be lurking around the outskirts for too long. The wife, he's got a little bit of a grenade in hand. Not too many windows to work with. He does launch one outside. Not quite able to find a knock. Screws does look to be outside on the fence. Should look for a little bit of a wrap around there. The rest of Executes looking to hold up. The rest of Yakoza does look to be falling back quite heavily as Griezmann does want to get that little bit of a high ground. Abdul holding up behind the fence as Leashed finds themselves in a 1v3 situation as the rest of Executes continue to swarm his position like flies. Mise falls. The thirst is being searched for by Leashed. But Leashed not quite able to find it as Abdul does find the second knock. It's a beautiful off angle coming in through from the side of Execute. Cruz, the last one left. He's got a grenade in hand though. Looking to launch it downstairs. Oh ho 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 ho! Gets it done. Instant thirst to follow suit. Here comes the rest of Yakuza team. We've got grenades loaded for the man there, Cruz, as they continue to launch it upstairs. Not quite able to find it. 355 to get started with Lord team. Does look like trouble on the southern edge as Zeus down to very low HP, trying to hold his end as more of his teammates start to fall. He does sleep on that one. The pre-fires come through, but only 14 bullets left in the clip. Trying to do the cultural dance, but not quite good enough. Finds the reload, does not. Down to the mini, M16. Not enough for that player as Lord team down to just the one in that Anubis. We're going to pull over back to Cruz, who's currently getting bombarded with the grenades as he anticipates that push coming in through. Moves downstairs, trying to find a push, but not quite able to find any. Money to the stairs. He does send it through, but gets caught in the hand, and that's going to be a GG well played as Abdul. Burning, but he'll be fine. Yakoza team clean out to Execute this time, and they do it surviving with only 2 players. Zone has still not made that decision, but CR7 team do look to be getting pushed. Actually, June 26 does look to be getting pushed by the Evil Clan. June 26 with a high ground advantage. Cobra though, still down there in the vicinity. Pretty much all of them down here in the vicinity. Same thing can be said about Hadar, as it's holding up. Ooh, those grenades doing in the numbers. The Evil Clan looking for those nades, not quite able to find the tech boss though. North angle is currently being found by him as one shot on the top of the roof. It's just going to hear all of that happening. They have one player outside, it's Pablo. Might just be able to spot that off angle. Smoke's coming through from Cobra, trying to see if he can block that off angle coming through. As one shot, still holding it up quite closely. Tech Boss and Cobra. The shots come out through from Tech Boss, and it continues to take more shots as Cobra loses more HP. And I don't get why Pablo had to shoot there, because now Boss is aware of that position. Oh, nice shots coming through from Kadar to find one player down, and one shot now on the top of the roof has been spotted too. But you can tell that the side there of June 26 feeling a little bit happy. Boss has to fall back a little bit as Renzo finds the shots to one shot, takes him down. The trade has been initiated. It's a 1-to-1 trade now. Does look like Tech Boss will be able to go for that revive. Cobra definitely hears that one coming in through. He wants to go for that little bit of the push. The pre-fires are good, but not quite enough. As Cobra looking to go upstairs, looking for that knock. The nade has been picked up. Is he going to use it? Yes, the answer is yes. Grenade's currently being pinned. Oh my god. Nade lands upstairs. That is the one nade gone. And the push is going to be coming in through from behind. Cobra falls. And then Renzo now going for the 1v1 push up against Pablo. But Pablo drops him down. Pablo holding up. I think he's the last player left. Yep, for the team. His backside currently being exposed. Yes, UMP switched to single there. Unfortunate circumstances. Zone does move over to that military base, so everybody does have to cross. Tactical. Oh, sorry, make that tactical response team having to fight against the side there of 355 clan. They will lose quite the number of players as Oscar is the last player left. 355 clan down. Oh, sorry, up by 4 eliminations already. You look quite strong on the shorelines here. As a tactical response team, up by 2 players. Fan Pro does look to be finding a little bit of shots with that DP28, but not quite able to find any success. Very low on HP. Why is he still here? You know, they see you, right? Like, they literally see him. Anyway, does quite get that HP done, and now getting single tapped there. Oh, 1 HP. He's one shot. He's one shot. He's one. Ah! They look for the shots, but they cannot find it. That player is able to escape just right in time. Frenzy, they do hear that shot coming through from the side there of 355 team, and they're forming up quite closely. Tiny has been spotted on the top of that roof, and I do not know if Tiny is able to spot Ayala also. I think he does. At least he has an idea that there's a team pushing up quite closely. Takes a shot towards the Goblin. Doesn't quite find anybody. Ayala now gets third party by the side there of Next Win. Ibala down to 1 HP. Gets into the vehicle, wants to leave. But that vehicle is smoking. The shot's coming in through. It does get uprooted. And Tiny looking for that thirst. Not quite able to find it. Next Win. Full sending it straight. Or maybe not. Just looking to hold a better position, I believe. Or I presume. Does look like they want to reason that revive. But this is quite chaotic now, as Supremacy now getting involved in the fight. Goblin under the vehicle. He's losing quite the HP. The vehicle explosion does come through, but Goblin remains alive. Oh! But Supremacy will find the shots from the bottom of the vehicle. Tiny now looking to step up to the challenge. To the top of the roof he goes, looking for the shot. You should be able to see the players there from... yeah, look at him. You see him. From most one. Oh no, from Next Win got the revive up. Wow, that's interesting. But anyway, Tiny's got the good angle. Ayala is still knocked, not quite thirsted yet. Will be supplying quite the information to his team. Breach camp might be coming up. Put over to the side of Yakoza, who are down to 2 players. It does look like they're drawing too close to comfort. Towards the side there of Revolution Africa. Man are just holding up. Military base currently empty. Everyone is on the bridges. We're down to the final 10 teams. Ayala does bleed out. It does look like Free NZ looking to take some shots at the rotating members there from Next Win. And that's where we've got all of that skirmish going on. 355 clan just still holding it up on that breach camp. Same thing I'm saying about their esports. Just I think their esports is swimming into that zone as compared to using that bridge. Come to think of it, why does nobody do it? You know, when you want to get into the military base, everyone tries to get to the car, but if you just make it to the side of the bridge, swim to the shorelines, because nobody's expecting you to be swimming, right? Nobody's expecting you to be swimming underneath the bridge. You just swim to the shoreline. It might be a bad plan though, but I'm just saying this now because that's what my impulsive mind is telling me. You know, swim through the bottom of the bridge, make it out to the shorelines here. You know. I've pretty much escaped the bridge camp. You can make it into this compound, keep this compound here, and then you gatekeep the team that is on the bridge. That's Crowns Nuggets though. If you guys are listening, if you're watching, that is something that I would advise to try. Anyway, playing Africa, we've not really heard from them this match. They have lost 1 player, but they're up by 4 elims. They do look to be the one on the other end of the bridge for the bridge camp, as their esports now looking to welcome some of the players there from CR7 team. Dami's got a nice angle to kind of watch what is about to go down as the blue zone now starts to move. Here comes where we start to force the move. All right, does look like Eno Esports. Dami always with the wrong moves. Why? Anyways, they're able to make it to the compounds. As I said, the wonderful strats did work. So guys, I'm going to patent that strat, call it the Crowns strats, copyrighted, signed by me, only to be used by teams that I give the permission to. Okay, anyway, it does look like so many teams opting to swim. The side of Revolution Africa able to find themselves a boat, Hopefully they've got gas cans, because as we know, those boats do not have enough fuel in them. Damido just drop down to the bottom of the hill. We'll get spotted. Shots coming in through, but the cover fire from the bridge is absolutely wonderful for Damido. Able to make it out, but for how long? He has to either send it into the water or try to make it up the top of the bridge, which is practically impossible. It's going to get uprooted. I think they're already willing to sacrifice that one member. This next zone is going to be a little bit brutal. I believe it's going to push down south. Exactly. Nobody in the circle now, as everyone is quite focused on that bridge. And everyone is trying to make it into the bridge. Wow, I don't even know what to say. Damido. Oh, okay. Decided to use the new bridge structure, and he's going to be making it quite fast on his feet. Does look to be a runner, a track star, if I may add. But anyway, Pain Africa, they hear all of those shots on the bridge. They want a little bit of the action, and I think Pony quite aware that there might just be a player in this area. Stair hears him. It's not looking to make any moves. 355 team, Frenzy, and Next Win up on that eastern edge. Need to make a move now, because that next zone is not just far. It is not on the mainland. They have to drive to cross. 6 eliminations, 355. You've done enough. Go into the next zone. You can't stay outside here in this stalemate position, you know. Alrighty. Anyway, I just feel like there's no points to this. I do not see why they're doing this. But anyway, there is spots on that bridge. Looking to still try to breach camp the CR7 team. Rusty a little bit tunnel visioned here, as the rest of the CR7 team are drawing closer to his position. Grenades in the hand of Cristo. Prepping that one up quite nicely. Sending it far. Does do the damage. Forcing There is spots to push back a little bit. And Pain Africa just sitting on the other end of the bridge, waiting for their Esports to make their move. Waiting for them to just make it into that zone. Venom, I don't know, man. With this kind of card skin, I think everyone is going to know you're here, you know. Yakoza is just right behind CR7 team, hoping to capitalize on the chaos. Revolution Squad, they did have enough gas as they made it down to the south of the circle. Only teams in the circle. 355 taking my advice, looking to get on the bridge and to make it out. The Evil Clan, they might just see them coming in through. Are they willing to go for the third party or for the bridge camp? And yes is the answer. All those shots, no knock found, as 355 team would make it safely into that circle. CR7 team still out here in a skirmish with the side of Eno Esports. As Rusty spotted. Shots coming in through from the bottom. Rusty on the return fire. It's good. But Pain Africa being such a pain, and they would get Rusty down. CR7 team will not be able to grab that revive as that blue zone starts to swarm through. It is moving so fast. And here comes Yakuza. As they stop. Oh, to pop. Oh, nice shots from Griezmann to find the knock. Up onto CR7. How poetic. But anyway, like I said, Pain Africa are the ones that are looking to have a lot of fun on this one, as they're just waiting for everybody to find their way to the circle. Griezmann's still out there on the floor, looking to make it in, and I think Pain Africa has spotted him. The shots coming in through, those are nice shots coming in through from Venom though. I think Griezmann has to lay that information for the rest of his teammates, or to the rest of his teammates. Tactical response team looking to make it into the zone from that eastern edge. Porny on the edge, looking to find that knock, as Pain Africa getting themselves 6 eliminations. I think they may have just had enough. It's that time of the day where they have to make it into that next zone. No time to waste. No time to waste. That is why Rolexes don't sell jeans. Alright. You see Yakoza, they've gotten their revives up. A little bit of a smoke path coming through from them. See how well that plays out for them. At CR7 team, they've got Ronaldo just out here on the side, waiting. He does see the move coming in through. One player does make it through, but he's definitely sure that Abdu is still here. Takes the shot, doesn't quite find the knock, and Abdu now looking to take on the 1v1. Shots through the smoke is good, and his HP chunks down too low that he does have to get knocked by the blue zone. And I don't think this guy is reading that Q feed, because if he was, he would have seen it. The nade's landing, quite able to do the damage, looking for the shots under the tire. But that tire protecting that player so badly. Griezmann's gonna be trying to make it in with the sports car. But that zone again closing up, moving further to the east. Everyone has to move. Abdu does get thirsted, and I think that's gonna be the end of the line for every team that is not in that blue inside that next zone now. Griezmann is gonna be so thankful for this bike. He's gonna send it with all that he's got into that next zone, at least before his HP does get chunked completely by that blue zone. Revolution Esports or Revolution Africa look to be finding their knocks onto the side of Pain, as Venom would be the first one to get spotted, and finally Pain Africa getting punished for, you know, what they tried to do in game 1. They try to do it again here, trying to, you know, drive around. But anyway, movement coming in through. Next win on the northern edge of the circle, looking to drive their way in. It's 10 teams alive, 19 players left. Quite the number of solos and duos. I don't think there's any team that is up as a full man squad. It does look like Pain Africa want a little bit of the smoke, or maybe not, as they look to be falling back, looking to prioritize that zone. CR7 Ronaldo found himself a buggy one way or the other, and they're going to be using that one to make it into that zone. It's quite interesting there. Alright, we might be seeing trouble coming in through from the evil team, or the evil... Anyway, I guess that's going to be all. 355 team getting themselves 8 eliminations up. That's nice to see. Going to be boosting themselves up on that leaderboard one more time. Revolution team playing on the shorelines. You cannot go wrong with the shorelines. That zone continues to move again, and Griezmann would spot CR7. A little bit of a revenge play coming through from them, and that is I'm pretty sure his teammates will be feeling happy that he's been avenged. But anyway, we start to hear shots coming in through from the side of Frenzy. They do enjoy using their guns a lot. 0 eliminations up for them, and right now they do look to be getting sent by Oscar. Oscar, that's not how you drive a car. But anyway, free NC. I have no idea why they did not stop to pop. But anyway, Fan Pro just driving away. He does look to be getting chased, and he's going to stop to pop now. Buggy moving out of sight. Still looking for reload. Oh my god. Not quite able to find it. As Frenzy drive all the way towards the side of Pain Africa, who now are taking so much shots. Their HPs are drenched. And so they matter of time as we start to hear more shots coming in through. Next win, taking shots at the rotating member of tactical response team, but not quite able to find any knock. Fan Pro is a little bit in the line of sight there, but Pain Africa now will start to deal the damage onto the players there from tactical response team. One knock and thirst has been found. They're down to just one player in Fan Pro. Got smokes to spare. 355 clan also looking to come in through for a little bit of a third party action. Oh, what are you doing? You hear them? Shots will be coming in through. 355 team would make it out of that one alive, as Pain Africa now having to deal with their esports, who are doing a little bit of a third party action onto them. 6 eliminations left. Oh, sorry, 6 teams left in the game. As Sporny now does look to be getting approached by the side there of a Revolution team. A little bit too far to be using that DBS as a Revolution Esports. Revolution Africa would find themselves that knock. Or actually that elim. We're down to the last 5 teams with 12 players still alive. Quite an interesting position being held by 355 team. If they play this one to the books, they will be able to get themselves quite the eliminations at the end of this game. So Primacy not quite holding any eliminations for the time being. And Tiny's got a little bit of an off angle going on here. Might just spot out the players there from Frenzy. does see them, relays that information to his teammates, who does seem to be capitalizing further and further. I would love to see that. But next win, drawing closer to the side of Revolution Africa. Hamzi's been spotted on his leaving. All right. Everyone just drawing closer and closer to themselves. And Frenzy just driving around trying to bait those shots. Alrighty. Anyway. He spotted him, Frenzy. El Migos not quite looking to go for the chase. Quite a number of teams left with 3-man squads. And I think everyone's just going to wait for that next circle to pop before they start to take the... Oh, scratch that, or maybe not. Rotations coming in through. The runover was being searched for. And Dream to win would find one knock. The rest of his teammates to look for a little bit of the other knock, and they would find it up onto Future. Minato picks out a little too much. Does get spotted his HP bar. Feeling the brunt of the damage as that zone does push down towards the south. And the revive does look to want to come through now as Frenzy now look to find that last player there from their esports. As they're currently being spotted behind that vehicle. And yes, that 6x would do it better. But not quite able to find the shots through. Quite able to thread it through the bottom of the vehicle there. Minato still holding up as a 355 clan. Not quite able to come through for that third party quite well. Smoke's coming in through. And the revives will come up through. Which is quite interesting though. 355 team down to just the one as they did push the wrong team there. So previously did get himself one elim. 9 eliminations to their name now. As Frenzy find themselves now in the good position there. The revive does come through from the side of Revolution Africa and they get their HPs back up. Future realizes he has to push up to this one. Smokes actually looking to get himself the second revive. They've got 40 seconds before that next circle closes. So I think it's possible. It's something they can do. Interesting to see that Revolution Africa pushed this fight and did not lose any players. They do realize that that revive is coming up through from the side of next win. And he's definitely spotted them out there. Nate's currently being chunked out towards his position. Shots coming in through from Minato. Minato quite doing the damage but not quite finding the knock there. Molotov cocktails coming in through. So they to be short. Not quite getting the spread there. Don't worry. Just holding up behind the vehicle. They spot the vehicle leaving. And shots will come through. Darkness still remaining alive. Minato not quite going for the peak just yet. As his HP now being reduced. And that is bandage HP, not full HP. Zone's going to start to close now. And now they have to move. You can already tell them. You can already tell that they're looking at where they're going to next. Don't worry. Gets that day to land. You can't get the revive. The zone is moving. It's not possible. Unless you get the revive and he hops onto the back of the buggy, which makes him collateral damage and he could just get shot at, as that zone is going to chunk his HP back down. And yep, that's a GG's. I do not know why you'd attempt to get that revive so late into the game. But anyway, next win would find himself yet another knock onto the side of Revolution Africa as our Future does make his way in through. He does get spotted by that last player there from next win. Don't worry, he's still alive, but he's prone in the floor. And there is a buggy that does seem to be quite dangerous on him. Actually, that is his teammate. Darkness driving around. No HP. But he's driving around. What is going on here, Darkness? Get your HP back up, boy. But anyway, they're running out of smokes. It's a 3-way fight. 2v2v1. Tiny does spot that rotation coming in through. We'll take a couple of shots, but not quite able to find a knock yet. 9 eliminations to the name 355 clan. And it does look like Frenzy would be receiving visitors in the side of Don't Worry. Don't Worry does get spotted. Darkness now has to be the one to lay down the shots for his team. But he's getting third-partied heavily. And I think he's out of 5s. The vehicle explosion will do a little bit of damage. But there's only so much that player can do. He has to make it out in the open. Tiny spots that rotation coming in through. But not quite able to take the shots just yet. As Darkness is able to play with the cover. Grenade in the hand. Launches it out. His HP has been drenched. Goes for the drop shot. The nade lands for 1, and I don't know if Tiny saw that. As Tiny starts to draw closer, running with the pan in the hand, looking for those shots. They're not in the zone, and he knows that. Hoping to wait for them as he starts to chunk grenades towards the sides. It's not even bothering to cook it. 2 more in the back. And Smokes now being sent out to the side. It's a 2v1. 355 clan. Can Tiny get this 1v2 for his team? Or would Frenzy team be able to reclaim their glory as a team that was in second place starting the day? They are looking to find a little bit of an off angle. Mythic. It's quite nice playing with that zone, but they would have to move as Tiny does fall to the floor. He's prone in the grass. He definitely hears them moving now. He's on the edge of that circle, and they try to throw the molly into the smokes now. But do not run into your own molly is what I'm going to advise. That's a good nade. That's a sexy nade. Does the damage. Gets one player down. It's down to a 1v1. Tiny very low on HP, and Tiny would fall as Frenzy Esports get themselves the win. The final win of the day with 5 eliminations to their name. 355 teams finishing in second with 9. The side there of next win with 7 eliminations in third position. Fourth place is going to be the side there of Revolution Africa with 3 elims. Kdk Esports in 5th with 1. Side there of Pain Africa in 6th position with 8. Tactical Response team in 7th with 1. The side of Yakoza in 8th place with 6. CR7 team in 9th place with 7. The Evil Clan in the Evil Clan in 10th position with 4 elims. June 26th in 11th with 1. Side of Eno Esports in 12th with 1. Lord Esports or Lord team in 13th place with no elims. The side there of Excute Africa in 14th with 2 eliminations, and One Nation going out in 15th place with 0 eliminations. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the broadcast, and I must say I enjoyed myself today, at least to an extent. I would just put this out there for the teams. You cannot continue to play passively. You have, at a point in time, you'd have to sharpen up your skills. I would advise that you take some time, watch a little bit of competitive play, look for teams that land around where you land, try to look at how they play, pick a team in the competitive scene, try to analyze some of their strategies and see if you can work by it, because you cannot continue to play like this. This just looks like lucky gameplays. You're doing things that you normally aren't supposed to get away with, but one way or the other it's working. You know, we see you grabbing revives in places you're not supposed to grab revives, so it does look like there's quite a number of game knowledge that needs to come through. But yeah, I'm not going to run on and on about that. I hope actually that you all have what it takes to try to improve your gameplay, and I hope that the next time I get to see any of these teams that were in this lobby today play, it will be relatively better gameplay that I'll be seeing from them. But that being said, good luck in the rest of the battle, in the rest of the Smash battle with PUBG Somalia. Thank you, PUBG Somalia, for bringing this one up. Thank you for putting me on, and I believe that'll be all. But as usual, guys, I'm not just gonna leave without doing my regular shout out. So shout out to you, Kratos. I see you came into the stream late, but I'm gonna take it regardless. Thank you, Kratos, for showing up. El Panther Show, thank you for showing up. Rusty, you were here from the scratch, my guy. Thank you for showing up. Cloud, thank you for showing up. Henry, you were also here from the scratch, so thank you for pulling up to the stream. PUBG Somalia, huge shout out for showing up. Hasta la vista out here in the chat. I value you so much. Mustafa Sheikh Ahmed, enjoy your name, and I loved I like that you were able to catch me saying the planetary devastation from game 1. Enjoyed seeing you out there in the chat. Who else was here again? We had and I think that's pretty much everybody that showed up in the chat. So that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, it's your boy Crowns. Stay safe, stay connected, practice social distancing, play PUBG Mobile, and do not hack the game. Have a good one.